What up, guys? Yeah, sorry for the late drop, but your boy been sick. So I'm actually just trying to heal right now, and I figured I might as well just go ahead and try to put out a couple of videos anyway, I don't think it's that stuff, but, Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Oh my gosh. Anyway, okay, so, chapter, what was it, 1025? Is that what we were on last time? Everything's been a fever dream. I don't remember. Anyway, so the last chapter, we'll just start with that. The last chapter. It's a loopy time over here, guys. Okay, so the last chapter. What I'm starting to wonder is, Thunder Bagua. I'm pretty sure it's just an Oni attack, or at least an attack that Kaido learned and Yamato either picked up or was taught by Kaido, because for them to have different devil fruits and stuff like that or whatever, and plus I'm hearing that the Onis can somehow summon lightning, but anyway, our boy Luffy is back on top. Our boy Luffy has finally made it back. He's ready to throw some punches. He's ready to, ready to do his thing. He showed up using Snake Man. At the same time Yamato attacked. Him and Yamato are calling each other like bro and broski and brodo baggins and bro the hobo, all kinds of stuff, man. One thing I did notice is that if you see like these horns right here on Momonosuke's, on his dragon and stuff like that, they seem to be made of wood for one. And they also, if you look, you'll see that Kaido has these little wooden-like horns plus his Oni horns. So that's something that I've been interested in. Going back to, like I said in the last video, I think that this whole story arc and everything right now for Momonosuke as well as Yamato is the fact that they are struggling with their identity. Like, you see Kaido over here, and Yamato's like, bro, like, what's wrong with you, dad? Like, you're trying to kill me. And Kaido's like, bruh, you gotta be careful what side you pick. Like, you gotta, he really is talking to her like a father. Like, and that's what's crazy about it to me. It's like, tough love will look a certain type of way. But it won't be abusive, but, what you want, anyway. But yeah, it's because of those things. Like, I don't think that CP0 is really there for Momonosuke as much as they are there possibly just for Kaido. If they're going to be using his blood or Yamato's blood or anything like that, any of the Onis there, if they're using their DNA to clone or make more Onis, or even take, the lineage factor out of them and put it into something else that makes them an Oni or something like that. I could totally see CP0 doing that, but it's because of the fact that Momonosuke doesn't have the ogre horns. He just has the dragon horns, which seem to be made of wood, like I said earlier. But yeah, it's because of those things. I don't really see CP0 going after Momonosuke. I think if anything, they'll be like, he said it failed, and then they'll see Momo and they'll be like, oh snap, he didn't fail. So for that reason, I can see them taking Momo. But as opposed, like, as far as the end game of this arc right here, of this battle, I can't really call it. I really can't call it. Like, there's a lot that we want to happen. There's a lot that we want to see. We still don't know if the Lurking Legend has showed up or is going to show up. Depending on who that Lurking Legend in, I personally think it's Vegapunk, and Vegapunk is going to show up not only because of the dragon, the devil fruit that Kaido and Momonosuke share, but CP0 could be taking Momonosuke or Kaido or both to Vegapunk because he experimented with them, as well as, like, I just think that Lurking Legend is definitely going to be Vegapunk. Yeah, like, you see it clearly. The Oni horns are there, but not with Momonosuke. So I think that says a lot for the people out there who think that the people who think that it's because of the blood that, you know, I've heard a lot of weird things about the horns and stuff like that. And all I want to do is just point out that the horns on Momonosuke are clearly wooden type style horns that he shares with Kaido because they share the same devil fruit. Because they share the same devil fruit. But the horns, the extra horns on top of Kaido's head are clearly because he's an Oni. And once again, talking about, you know, this chance for Momo to stand up and say, I'm going to be Shogun. Like, bro, like, you done choked my man out twice. You told him to throw him in the fire. You've disrespected this man from his father, his mother, his sister to him. Bro, you got to see these hands. You got to see these hands. And that's why I'm glad that, like Luffy is always going to defend his homies. But Luffy is really going to punch you with some shit, bro. Like, that nigga really about to put the paws on you, bro. Like, we saw a bunch of other fights as we see Momo fly through the, you know, Onigashima. You got Cat Dog over there in the corner. They fighting Jack and Pedal to Pedal. You got Big Mom with Kid and Law. You got the boys from our crew, Sanji, Zoro taking on King and Queen. You got Basil Hawkins and you know, Killer. And honestly, like, Killer and Basil Hawkins is one of the fights I'm interested in outside of the main crew, because Basil played dirty, and I want to see how Killer actually overcomes this. And a lot of people think that he's going to go for the left arm because Kid doesn't have a left arm, and if he takes Basil's left arm, then it will only hurt Basil. Even then, I want to see the resolve that this man has in order to fucking, you know, in order to really take this guy down. Like, and last but not least, man, when it comes down to it, everything that's going on with Kaido right now is the story is amazing. Everything that we're finding out about Zoro and his lineage, Sanji, that we've learned about Sanji and his lineage back on Whole Cake Island with his dad and, you know, his parents and stuff like that, like him being prince and royalty and stuff like that. Technically, Zoro is kind of on the royalty side too, seeing as how, you know, he's related to Daimyo and all that stuff. Like, he could have been. It's like he's in succession to be shogunate or something. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to brush up on my, you know, feudal Japan, like, you know, hierarchy systems and stuff like that. But long story short, it just seems like Luffy just keeps finding people who are of royalty or of some class of a kingdom where, like, they belong at the top somewhere. If not at the tip top, then somewhere close to the tip top. And even now, like, everything that's going on, like, long story short, man, go read the new chapter. We got a chapter coming out. You know, we're on a break, so, which is another reason why I took it easy on myself, because seeing as how I started getting sick on Sunday, started with the sniffles and stuff like that or whatever, and then just progressively got worse. But I seem to be on the other side of it now, and I'm coming out coming out of the sickness. I'm probably just gonna delete all that. Anyway, long story short, everything that's going on right now in the world of One Piece is fantastic, and I don't know what to tell you, man. If you ain't ready to see Luffy knuckle up with somebody, bro, if you over here counting out Sanji, if you're counting out Zoro, if you're counting, that's why I pulled that up, bro. Enma has nothing to do with the scar. And sorry if that's loud, but the argument that Zoro can only hurt Kaido because of Enma is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And I don't care if this starts a war. I don't care if this starts a big argument. If you are one of the people who think that Zoro could only hurt Kaido because he had Enma, please stop. Get some help. For real. Like, because it comes down to Conqueror's Haki. Conqueror's Haki is what made the scars last. It's the same thing. Would you say the same thing for Shanks? With the scars on his face and how they still hurt today? They weren't caused by Enma, but are you going to tell me that they were caused by Enma because they still hurt? No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. And I think it's great at this time that we find out that even though Big Mom has called him an ogre in the past and an Oni in the past, I think it's great that we're figuring out now that they are a race. It's just baffling to me that in the world of One Piece, where we have giants and everything else, like, I don't know. It's a confirmation, so that's all that matters. At the end of the day, It made sense to me that he would have been an Oni or ogre or something like that, not just because of Big Mom calling him that, but because his epithet is the strongest creature, not the strongest man. We already had that. We already had that with Whitebeard. He's called the strongest creature. So he's called the strongest creature for a reason. Seeing as how an Oni isn't technically a human, but a humanoid-like creature, I see why they are calling him that now. I'm glad that they had that confirmation, because that was something that was in my mind and I was wrestling with it back and forth, but now we have it solved. All that being said, you don't need Enma to leave a scar on somebody. You just need Conqueror's Haki. If anything, Enma helped Zoro train faster by controlling this Haki, but even then, I don't see how controlling your Haki deals with Conqueror's Haki, seeing as how you can't really train it, it just blooms. So, that being said, power friendship is what causes, and everything else that's going on in Wano right now is super exciting. I'm waiting for the next chapter. I know y'all are too, and when it happens, hopefully soon I'm gonna try to get us in a situation where we can like read it live together or something. I'm trying to think of something for that, but regardless, I'm so proud of these boys. I'm so proud of Momonosuke, even though he's flying blind right now. I'm happy for the crew. Like, I'm happy for us as fans. And yeah, all that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe. Nerds up.